keep sinking into your blue, into your blue. Yeah, I keep sinking into your blue, into your blue. Stars, I keep seeing stars inside your eyes. In my mind, I'm holding on to all the sparks flying through the dark while we collide. Tell me that I'm all you ever wanted. Take me to a crowded place and on the wall I see is the way that you breathe. Hit me like a hurricane and I know all I need is your love next to me. Oh, I keep sinking into your blue, into your blue. Yeah, I keep sinking into your blue, into your blue, right into you. Underwater, I'm under, but I'm high. I can't let go of the way you love me better. Thought I could never touch the sky, but you got me holding heaven. Take me to a crowded place and I know all I see is the way that you breathe. Hit me like a hurricane and I know all I need is your love next to me. Oh, I keep sinking into your blue, into your blue. Yeah, I keep sinking into your blue, into your blue.
All right, guys, welcome back to the live stream on the official MLB Innings YouTube channel and Come to Us USA Twitch channel. I'm your host, JayFish, and today we're joined by another special guest, Nick Senzel of the Cincinnati Reds. How are we doing today, Nick?
Hey, what's up, brother? It's good to be on the show.
Glad to have you. And real quick before we get into this, guys, if you guys are watching the stream right now and you have any questions for Nick, leave them in the chat throughout the stream because we'll be choosing some of them for a Q&A at the very end of the stream. And so, Nick, have you ever been on a live stream like this interview type thing before?
No, actually, I haven't. This is the first time doing one of these things, so it's pretty cool. I mean, I've done I've done Twitch and stuff where I've been on like camera and playing a video game, but not like one-on-one like this. No.
Cool. Okay, so what we're going to do to start this stream out today, we got a few rapid fire questions for you, and pretty much we're just going to ask these questions, and then we want you to say the first thing that comes to your mind right off the top. So just something real quick like that. Are you ready?
Yeah. Wait. So yeah. Okay.
Alrighty.
Let's go.
Okay, cool. So first one, what is your dream car?
Oh man, I'm not really a car person. I would say I'm driving it right now, Cadillac Escalade.
Okay. Next one, if you could bring 3 things with you in a post-apocalyptic situation, what would you bring?
3 things. Phone. My wife and son. 3 things.
Okay. All right. And if you could only eat one meal the rest of your life, what would it be?
1 meal. Sushi.
Okay. And then this one, I'll give you a little bit extra time to think about it because it could be a little controversial. But are you a console or a PC guy?
Oh, console. No doubt about it.
Console. Okay. So if you're a console, are you an Xbox or PlayStation guy?
Dude, this is tough because growing up I was Xbox like through and through, and then not a lot of my friends played Xbox. Like they didn't have Xbox, they had like PS4, so I made the switch to PlayStation. So I'm
That's crazy.
gonna have to say I gotta go the recent. I'm gonna have to go PlayStation.
I'm the exact opposite. I was PlayStation and switched to Xbox because my friends didn't have PlayStation. I was like the
Really?
exact
Dang.
opposite.
Yeah, I think
Dead
it's hit. I
serious.
think it's
Yep.
hit or miss. I think it's hit or miss with some people.
Yeah, I guess it's just who you're friends with as well. And then last question for you: if you weren't a professional baseball player, what would you be doing?
I'd always like to be in the military.
And then would there be
I'd like to
anything
go
else
through
you
like
would wanted to
SEAL
do
training. Hmm.
outside of that?
Hmm. I think it'd be sick to be a pro golfer.
Okay, okay.
I think it'd be sick to be a pro
Let's say,
golfer.
so you said a Navy SEAL. Would you would have wanted to be a Navy SEAL?
Yeah, I just like I don't know. I just like that type of stuff and like the mental aspect and like the training and like just pushing yourself like that. I think it would be like something I could do well in.
Now, do you think you could have gotten to that training realistically?
I don't know. I think it would be like disrespectful to say if I could, if I could
Hmm.
because of the guys that have done it. So like I couldn't say if I could do it, but like like mentally, like I would definitely like give it my best. I don't want to say I could do it because you just it's so
I
hard.
totally understand. I just mentally, if you think you would be able to, because
I
I've
think so. Like
seen and
mentally,
read on
I
up
could
on
definitely
it.
go in. Mentally, I'm going in thinking like, yes, I'm going to do this.
I mean, that's how you should be with anything you're going into at
Yeah,
that
for
point.
sure.
Okay, so I want to go back to the sushi question real quick, or the food question. What is it about sushi that makes it the one meal you would want to have the rest of your life?
I don't know. I grew up like my dad like introduced me to it, and he always ate it, and I always like grew up eating it, and then my wife loves it, and I love it, and I just never get tired of it. I don't know. I never get tired of it for some reason.
Now, is this cooked or is it raw or does it matter?
No, it doesn't matter. Cooked, raw, it doesn't matter. I like it all.
I like cooked sushi, but the raw sushi, I've heard too many horror stories of people getting sick and stuff. And I don't know like if the percentages are that high, but when I like watch TV shows and they talk about people getting sick from 'em, I'm like, raw sushi, I don't know if I can touch that. Have you ever
Yeah,
had any
yeah.
problems with raw sushi?
No, mm-mm,
No?
no.
Okay. Okay. And so you would bring your phone and then your family with your wife and your kid.
Yeah.
Now, where would
Oh,
you
that's a
guys
tough
go if you
question. That's a tough
I
question.
know
I
it
don't know.
was, yeah.
Like I don't even know if phone was like a good answer. I was just like trying to think like um I mean
Well, if you had thought anything else, you can change it. But yeah, I know that was kind of the point. We want to see what you thought. But I mean, if anything changed, I mean, you definitely could change it. But phone, I mean, obviously you need your phone. I mean, if you're going somewhere, I mean, but then again, does the phone work in a popular situation? Like, do we have cell towers and stuff? Like, it depends on, I guess, the
yeah, so, well if the
situation
phone
too.
doesn't work then, my family uh I would bring so just my family would be one, I would have a gun to protect my family would be two, and then three would be water, right? To survive.
Well, but say,
It's
what about a
important.
stash of food then? If you go down that route, I would say, I mean,
We
you
have a
need
gun. We
water,
could
but
kill
then you need.
something. We could kill something. We'll post apocalyptic. I don't know, man. I don't know. See now
I just think
it's
about The
tough.
Walking Dead. When I think of that question,
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
of The
yeah, yeah,
Walking
yeah.
Dead.
Yeah, no,
And so
my dad loves Walking Dead. He's a diehard fan.
did you ever get into it, or
No,
was it just
I never
your
got
dad?
into it. I watched it with him, like a couple episodes with him, but I never like fully got into it.
I must say I watched from season 1 to season 7. I think it was when
Did you like
you
it?
probably don't. I liked it. I mean, it was to the point to where I was watching The Walking Dead, and then they had a show called The Talking Dead afterwards where they like
Yeah, it was
dissected
a
the whole show.
spinoff. Yeah,
Yeah, and then so
spinoff.
pretty much I was I'm a huge sports guy. It was to the point to where I was watching that over Sunday Night Football, which like and I'm a huge football guy. So I mean, that's how much I
Dang,
like that show.
who do you got today? Who do you got tonight on one of the games?
I'm taking the Bills over the I believe they're playing the Titans, and
Yeah,
I want to take the Eagles over the Vikings. The Vikings, they play the Packers well, but I want to see how they play consecutively. And I mean, the Eagles have looked
yeah.
pretty darn good. Jalen Hurts has been pretty nice.
I'm
I'm gonna say, who do
I'm
you got?
taking I'm taking Tennessee, and I'm going to take Philadelphia.
Tennessee, okay. So Tennessee, I think they lost to the Giants last week. What makes you feel the Tennessee Titans after seeing what the
I
Bills did to
just
the
feel like
Rams?
I just feel like they're the Bills wide receiver too. He's hurt. He's not playing. I think they have a D lineman out, and I think Tennessee got punched in the mouth, and I think they're going to come out a little bit better. I think Henry's going to have a better game. I think they're going to score some more points, and they play the Bills well. They play the Bills well.
I mean,
So
those are good points.
yeah, so we'll
I'm about
just
to
have
say,
to
yeah,
see.
what the Davis for the Bills is, I believe, who their wide receiver 2 is out today. I think
Yeah,
he's the one that actually, I think he had 4 touchdown catches in the AFC divisional round last year against the Bills. I mean, against
damn.
the Chiefs. Yeah, so that's when he, I think he rose a little bit, and he is a stud. He had a few good catches against the Rams. So, what makes you take the Eagles tonight against the Vikings?
I just think this is a game where like they need to win, like they need to beat them. They need to win. Like if like it hurts, he's got his guys, like he's got weapons now, and he's playing better. I think that's like they don't usually beat like real good like a good team like Minnesota. I think they need to beat Minnesota, and I think they will this year. I think this is a year where they beat them. Just personally,
And then I'm about to say you got Justin Jefferson on the other side. He had like
he's so
almost
good though,
200
bro.
yards last
I
week. I'm
know
about to say how do
he's
they hold him?
I don't know. You almost don't. You almost like let him like just like score as like 2 TDs and like make sure you're scoring. That's that's
I mean, yeah,
that's
it's
what
just
I'm
shootout at that point.
that's what I'm thinking.
And I mean, this is big for the Eagles because I mean, Dallas, they're 1-1. I mean, they did beat Cincinnati yesterday, which I don't know how that.
I don't know about this. I think I don't know. I don't know what I don't have a comment because I don't know.
On the Bengals.
Yeah, on the Bengals. I just think they're not in sync yet. I just think they're not in sync yet. I think when you don't play in the preseason, and Burrow's even said that, you can't replicate those reps. It's just you need to play together, and that's like even like that's from my point of view, like playing this year, even it's just helpful. Like playing every single day, it's so helpful.
Well,
It's
not only
just
he doesn't play in
valuable.
the preseason, but then you have a whole new O line as well that you haven't played with as well. And then the
Yep,
defense has looked okay, but when you can't score or anything like that, I mean, it's been tough to watch. I was thinking like if they don't beat the Cowboys, then like they're in trouble, and then we got to freak out. But then again, it's still early on. But starting 0-2, I don't think a team has made the playoffs starting 0-2, and I
I
mean
know.
in the at least the modern day era. So. I don't know. And you said I was talking to you before the stream. You said you like to do a little football betting. You're gonna bet
Yeah,
on
yeah, yeah,
tonight's games.
yeah. Probably.
Do you do any props, or is it
Um,
just like over under stuff like that, money line?
Yeah, yeah. I just do the normal like money line over under stuff like that. I haven't really gotten into props just yet, but it's coming. It's coming quick.
um, I believe that if since you're into betting, over the weekend on Saturday, I believe a sports bettor on FanDuel, I want to say, he did a 25 game parlay. He bet $7. He won
$7?
he won 250 grand. 250 grand.
Wow.
He cashed out at 24. He got all 25 right. If he didn't cash out at 24, he would have won over $1 million.
No way.
I'm dead serious. His last one for the parlay was, I believe, the Texas A&M versus Miami game, and he had them minus 6.5, and they won by 8 points. So he would have got $1 million. He was trying to cash out before that, but he cashed out right before.
That's
I mean, to be
that's
fair,
incredible.
250 grand is still incredible, but he could have had $1 million.
That's incredible.
Yeah. So, all
Wow.
righty. Let's go ahead and let's head into a little bit of baseball, talking about football a little bit. So you guys got to play against the Cardinals yesterday. You got the dub. You had a few hits, and you
Yep.
also got to play against a legendary player in that of Albert Pujols. What is it like to play against a guy of his caliber and status?
It's pretty special. I mean, we were talking about a little bit before we got on here. It's just the atmosphere that was in St. Louis when we were playing them just here recently. It was special. Him chasing 700 is just if you really think about it, it's just mind-boggling that that the stats he's put up, 700 home runs, just all the RBIs, doubles, just the dominance, uh, in the game of baseball, just offensively, he's just been special talent. So just being a part of it, with his last year and just being part of history, it was special.
And you told me you got to talk to him a little bit. You've been able to talk to him over the years on first base. What type of advice has he given you and stuff like that?
Usually advice is like in-game stuff, maybe something that he sees or something. I remember when in 2019 he was with Anaheim and he was playing first base, and we played them 2 games in Cincinnati. I was on first base and I'd gotten a hit. It was like after um, I had not so good at bats, I think the first couple, and then he just was giving me some advice, and he thought I was like in between pitches and not really like um, anticipating like I should, and and that was like just incredible, just hearing that advice from like one of the best hitters of our generation. So and just talking to him yesterday, and I was just kind of just joking around with him a little bit. I was talking to him yesterday about trying to steal a bag off Yachty. I had him earlier in the game, and uh, we fouled the ball off, and I told Albert, I said I had that one easy, and yeah, I think he told Molina, and I talked to Yachty the next at bat, and he said Albert had told him that I wanted to steal a bag off him. So it was pretty
Let's
cool
say,
just going back and
did he
forth.
have any response to that? Like, nah, there's no way you would have done that, or
Yeah, he did say that. That's what Yachty said. He said that time you got me. He said, but not anymore.
and then you talk. Do you? I don't know if you can hear me without the headset. Oh, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Do you think he'll be able to hit 700, especially with them possibly going into the post? Well, they'll be in the postseason.
Oh yeah, he's hitting 700. There's no doubt about it. He's hitting 700,
And
no doubt.
do you think it'll be at home, or do you think it'll be on the road? I guess this is kind
I
of like
hope
a
it's at
profit, I
home. I
guess.
think they have 3 games left, so I hope it's at home. I think he could do it at home.
And you had also told me that it would. I know obviously you wouldn't have wanted it to happen against your team, but it probably would have been pretty cool if he was able to hit the 700 against you guys at home and being able to experience that in person.
Yeah. Even when every at bat he came up, the whole stadium was on their feet, just in a roar, and it was just like just waiting for him to explode on a ball, and it was just incredible. Yeah, and I was talking to him at first base, just joking. I said, I don't like you hitting home runs against us, but man, this atmosphere's pretty incredible.
And also, I mean, speaking of Pujols with 700 home runs, we also have Judge, who's at 59. I believe he needs 3 more to break the AL single season home run record. What are your thoughts on the season he's having?
Yeah, just unbelievable. You talk about him breaking the AL home run record. I mean, that's just like it's like Albert's career. It's just like mind-boggling, like that, especially at the height of competition nowadays. Guys are just putting up spectacular seasons like this. It's pretty special. Played in New York against him earlier in the year, and it's just just things he can do on the field is just unbelievable.
Well, I mean, the guy is like 6'8", 200 something, 80 pounds, something like that. I mean, he could probably play in the NBA or probably in the NFL as well. I mean, that's a guy that is just a freak athlete. I mean, he makes it look so easy.
Yeah, he does. He is a freak. He's a freak athlete, no doubt.
And do you think he'll break that AL single season home run record as well? He needs, I believe,
Oh
3
yeah,
more.
yeah, he'll break it, no doubt about it.
And
They
I
didn't.
must
They
say,
didn't
I
come
guess
this
I'll
far
ask this.
they didn't come this far to not break this stuff. Come on now.
And I guess I'll ask another like kind of prop bet. Do you think he'll do that at home, or do you think that'll be on the road?
I'm not sure how many games they have left at home, but I hope
I think
for
it's like
Yankee.
probably I can probably count in my hand, maybe 5 or 6, something like that. I mean,
Yeah.
I have
Then
no clue though. I'm guessing.
he should be able to do it at home. Yeah, he'll do
I
it at
think
home.
actually, I don't know if they're playing. I think they're playing, or I don't know if they played the Red Sox this weekend or if they're still playing them. That would have been cool if he would do it against Boston in
Yeah,
the rivalry.
that would be nice. That would be nice. But I hope he does it at home though. That stadium would be going nuts.
Oh, for sure, for sure. So I was doing some background research, and I saw you were born in Georgia, but you grew up in Tennessee, correct?
Yeah. I was born in Atlanta, Georgia. Most of my mom's side of family lives there, around the Alpharetta, Marietta area. But I view Tennessee as home for me because um, I moved to Knoxville around like after when I was 2 years old, I believe. So I was in Knoxville from two to, obviously now, me and my wife and son have a home there and live in Knoxville. And that's where we stay in the off season. So that's home. That's what's home for us.
So you didn't even I mean, you don't even remember being in Georgia. So like I mean, 2 years old. I don't think you can remember anything that young.
No, I can't really remember too much, but I do. We would go to visit our grandparents a ton, for Christmas and Thanksgiving and stuff. So I do remember, bits and pieces, but not a whole lot. The main Most stuff I remember from Georgia is just playing in East Cobb and doing like baseball stuff, like playing in Georgia and baseball stuff. Um, but not too much when I was younger.
So what team did you grow up liking the most? I mean, you were born in Atlanta, but you grew up
Yeah,
in
I like the
Tennessee.
Braves. Yeah, I
So
like the
you're
Braves.
a Braves guy.
Yeah, yeah, I like the Braves. I was an
I
Atlanta
gotcha.
fan. Yeah, I was an Atlanta fan.
And so obviously you played baseball growing up, but did you play any other sports, or were you a baseball focused guy? You knew what you wanted to do from the start.
I was pretty baseball through and through. I did play basketball when I was younger. I tried football for a couple years. Um, but I was mainly just baseball through and through. That was my first love, and like that's the sport I knew I really wanted to play. And um, yeah, and that was just kind of just took it and ran with it.
And how were you introduced to that? Did your dad play, or was it just like, hey, we're gonna try out these sports, or like how did that get started?
My dad was actually more of a basketball player because my dad he's 6'7", so he's got height. He had the height, and he went to a small Division III school, Knox College, and he was really athletic. And um, he played baseball when he was young, but he didn't really play at like a high level, like, and didn't really take it seriously. And I don't know. I just that's the sport that I really loved and enjoyed to play the most. And he helped me, obviously, as much as he could. Um, but yeah, he was more of basketball.
And was it a thing to where you were good at it and it made you enjoy it more? Or did you just enjoy the game itself? Like, because some guys they'll like a sport just because they're good at it and they'll stick with it, or was it just you enjoyed everything about the game?
I think a little bit of both. I think, obviously when I played, I was good at it, and I was, really enjoyed playing it. And I think I would say both. I think both.
And so when you got to high school, I believe weren't you I think you signed your letter of intent with Georgia, correct?
Yeah, yeah. I committed and signed with Georgia.
And then you pulled that back. Was that because the coach got fired, I think, right? Or
Yeah, the coach, the Dave Perno and his staff, they before I was going to report to summer school, they had gotten fired right after the season. So um, I had started looking elsewhere for schools in Tennessee. Um, happened to open up a spot. So I knew I was best friends with Kyle Serrano, the head coaches of Tennessee's team's son. So um, it was kind of like you just kind of everything fell into place.
and so was Georgia top on your list because of the coach, or was that just a school you always wanted to play for down south? Or
Yeah, I think I wanted to go somewhere else other than in state and experience life elsewhere and just baseball elsewhere. And I enjoyed and had a good relationship with the coaches there that I had met. And I was excited for something new, I think. And I felt like they really wanted me to go to school there, and I liked that. So I that's why I chose them. Um, and then it just things just I guess worked out for the better.
And then I think you came into Tennessee as a walk-on, right? Is that because you were late in terms of, I guess, signing with them or committing to them at that point?
Yeah, I think when I was looking to go to school there, they offered me 25% 25% scholarship, and um, that really wasn't that much. And um, I kn- when I committed to Georgia, I came in. I didn't really know the money situation too much, but I don't think they had too much money left, so I had to go there as I was a walk. I ended up being like preferred walk on there.
Okay. And then so you played there before Tony Vitello, and I
Yeah.
mean Tennessee was always kind of a 500 type team. I mean, it's been like that since I think the 2000s. But then I think when he took over 2018, he's obviously totally transformed that program around. What are your thoughts on where Tennessee is today?
I mean, it's pretty incredible, how quickly he's turned that program around. What he's done has been unreal. I know that he recruits, he works hard, he tirelessly like sacrifices his time to that program. Really cares and wants to make it like the best program in the country. And he's going to work tirelessly to do that. I know the player. He gets a lot of great talent. They're absolutely loaded in there, and they got a ton of depth. And with the transfer portal too, I think that's helped them a lot, and allows them to get guys year after year. And he's building a powerhouse, and that's what he wants. The he changed that culture over there. It's like a tough culture, and like they're kind of the bad boys of baseball in a sense. And they really rally around him, and he's transformed that program.
I mean, it's very comparable, I feel, to like Vanderbilt with the direction they're going. I mean, you've seen how dominant Vanderbilt's been with their pitching staff, just all around lineup, everything. And at
Yeah,
Tennessee, it looks like they're mirroring that right now with what they got going on
100%.
over there.
Hmm.
And so, I guess, how would you compare your time there to to the success they're having now? Like how do you feel like it's different? I don't know. I know you haven't played under Tony Vitello, but obviously things are different with having a different coach and stuff as well.
Um, I think I don't know. It's hard to answer that. I mean, just getting to know Tony, and and just watching them how they play now. It's just different how than I feel like when I was there. It was a little bit more of a West Coast style baseball, and like it was more um, small ballish a little bit. Um, but I think I learned a lot though when I was there. I learned a lot under the coaching staff there. It's just I think nowadays the game's changed a little bit, and like the brand of baseball they're playing, that with power arms and power pitching, and guys that can hit with some power. That's the main difference that I think that I see.
And you had brought up the whole recruiting aspect with Tony Vitello and the transfer portal and everything. Do you feel with the coach, it's more important? I guess the success for teams is more coming from the recruiting side than the actual coaching side of that aspect, or what do you think in terms of college baseball with these powerhouse teams you see?
Yeah, I think that's just the transfer portal. I think it helps and hurts teams, and I think it helps and hurts players too. You know, I think teams can really stack themselves up year after year, but I think from a player standpoint, it's kind of like the way I view it is like the lack of. It's like if I can't play at this school, then I can easily just transfer and go to another school. I don't like that. I like the competition of like, no, I'm going to stay here and try to win a spot. Um, and it's just so easy for these kids to transfer nowadays, like from school to school to school. They always think it's like better here, or like I can't play here, then I'm going to play here. Um, I mean, it's just different now. It's like they got like a lot more of like empowerment almost. Um, But I think from team aspect, I mean, you see these teams reload every single year and get guys and fill in holes that they lost due to the draft or whatnot, and they just load up every single year. And Tennessee falls under that category because they're going to be good again this year coming up. They're going to be good next year. They're just going to just keep on.
And I mean, you see this in football as well. You see it in basketball, transfer portal, and everything. Teams can really get stacked up, but I guess on the flip side, you are seeing some teams that normally can't contend quicker now and not take as long to build up as well. So I think that's a positive in sort of seeing other
Oh yeah,
teams
for sure.
finally be able to make a
Yeah, I
run.
think so too. It makes it more competitive for sure. It makes it just more depth with teams. It just makes conferences more just like competitive. And now you have these teams like Texas and Oklahoma moving to the SEC and just stuff like that's going on. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be insane.
And I mean, you had Coastal Carolina win a few years ago. I think you
Yeah.
probably see teams like that start winning some more college World Series, and then obviously football. I guess is the one sport where I feel like Alabama and Georgia though are just so dominant that even with the transfer
Yeah.
portal, it might take a little
It's
bit
so
longer
weird how
for that
it's
transition to
so
happen.
weird how they're just so dominant still, like with the transfer portal, and like it's insane. It's just like a factory there. It's just they're it's like Alabama, Georgia, and then like everyone like just like stacked from right here down. It's just like
I'm about to say, and
they're
you have Alabama
powerhouses.
and Georgia, and then you always have Ohio State right there with them.
Yeah,
But I feel
Clemson
like
there
you have
there for
Alabama
yeah.
and Georgia, yeah, Clemson too. But I feel like even Ohio State is a step down, and they're normally always talked about in a bunch of three. Where I mean, it just feels
Yeah.
like even Alabama and Georgia are just separating themselves from Ohio State, which is, I mean, they've been a powerhouse for how long?
Yeah, no, I mean the competition nowadays is just high. It's just how it is.
And so coming out of college, you were a top prospect and I believe you got picked second overall. And I think the Phillies scouted you a little bit with the first pick. What was that experience like going through obviously scouting and then getting drafted and everything that high?
Yeah, I mean it was an interesting process. I was kind of underlooked a little bit. I was kind of a late bloomer. I felt like I just kept probably continuing to get better and better, like from freshman year to sophomore year, and then I had the Cape Cod League, which I did very well in, and then my junior year, I followed up a good year and um, kind of I played my way into to being selected. I think in the top five picks, and um, I didn't really talk to Philadelphia or the Reds. I talked to Atlanta, who had the third pick, and I thought I was going to go to the Braves um, at that third pick. But I got it was I went to the Reds at number two, and it was it was insane. So um, to go that high was blessed.
And so, I mean, you finally got called up in 2019, but obviously you've just had some injuries throughout your career. I think you've had an injury every season so far, and sometimes multiple injuries throughout each season. And I feel like that's kind of led to the inconsistency and not be able to really perform to probably your standards and what people had for an overall pick that high. How are you able to mentally stay on track with everything and I guess get back into baseball playing condition after those injuries each time and just keep on moving forward with everything?
Yeah, I mean, I think this year was important. It was really important because I know that this my goal this year was to finish the year healthy, which I will do, and I'm really proud of that. But yeah, it's definitely uh, tough when you physically can't compete at the level you want to compete at, or you're hurt, and you miss time, and you miss the reps, and you miss the game reps and the practice, and um, your body's just not allowing you to do what you can do. It definitely hurts your development, and I think it hurt me. It definitely hurt me, and this year being able to just kind of go through a full season and go through highs, lows, and the physical demand on your body every day, the grind of a season every day, making adjustments and trying to do better. And obviously, it's my performance isn't where I would like, but I feel right now I'm on my way uh, of getting there, and with just of making some more adjustments and going into the off season healthy is important to me. And I know you just spoke on the mental side. I know that's been big because at times it was very tough going through a ton of injuries and um, staying positive and just going through a ton of challenges and adversity. But I knew there was always light at the end of the tunnel. I just have to just keep staying positive and staying true to myself and believing in God and and staying connected with my family and I know and they've helped me through this process and that they've been the most important thing for me to me and for me in this process. So I just I just try to stay in the moment as best I can and I'm just excited for what's to come.
And you had played, I believe, in the infield your entire life before you made it to the major leagues, and you got switched out to center field. Do you think the position change has had any effect in terms of injuries at all, or do you don't think that contributes at all?
I don't know. I don't know. That's a good question. I don't think it contributes really to the injuries. I think it's just been a string of bad luck and just and really that's all I can really say about it. I think it's just been unfortunate circumstance and just some bad luck here and just just been hurt and it's been tough, but I feel good. Feel good now, which is the most important thing.
Now, would you like to play the infield again eventually, or do you like it in center field?
I do like it in center field, but I would like to try my hand in the infield though. I know we had talked about doing it probably more next year, um, and that's something that's exciting for me, and because I feel like when I'm in there, I'm super locked in. I'm just back in the dirt, and I'm just so close to the action. Sometimes in the outfield, I'm so far away, and it's just uh, you can get a little spaced out there, and like in the infield, you're just so locked in and involved, and I can't wait to maybe get in there some more.
Now, which position in the infield is your favorite to play? I know you played second, you played short, I think, then third as well.
Third base for me, would be my favorite.
Now, what is about it? Is it because it's a hot corner, or do you like to throw the ball
Yeah,
and make those long throws, or
I like playing balls on the run. I like the angle of the throw, and I like playing at the hot corner. I like the reactionary part of it, like the step and a dive, backhand and the forehand. I just like the different angle throws and just being there.
all right, so we're going to transition a little back to the whole console and PC conversation we had at the beginning of the stream. I know
All right.
you at least you were a video game guy. Now you
Yeah.
have a kid and stuff, and I know you don't game as much. But what games were you playing when you were at your prime in terms of playing video games?
When I was younger, it was a lot of NCAA football. It was Madden. It was sports games, but I started transitioning into to first person shooter like Call of Duty, SOCOM, Navy SEALs. I was um, Halo. I loved Halo, and those are the games I really rocked with. Man, I used to play hours and hours of video games. Like, oh my gosh, I would just be up in my room just playing hours and hours nonstop video games. And honestly, it's carried over to a little bit when I've been older. So
Well, I was the exact same way growing up. I was a sports game guy. I was playing the show. I was playing NCAA football as
yeah,
well,
yep,
2K, and then I got introduced to Call of Duty Zombies, and that's how I got into multiplayer and everything. And then I was shooters,
yeah.
and now I'm back playing some show and stuff. But NCAA football, I believe, is coming out next July in
Is it
2023.
really?
It's
Oh, it's
coming
coming
back.
back.
Yes.
Wow,
I'm
that's
gonna
incredible.
say, do you see yourself
That's
dabbling a little
incredible.
bit in that?
Yes, I do.
I know
No,
you have
for
a little
sure.
kid, but
100%. I see myself dabbling in that.
were you a Road to Glory guy or were you a Diamond Dynasty guy? Or not a Diamond
I
Dynasty, a
was
Dynasty guy.
I was road to glory guy. I was road
Now,
glory.
did you have a certain school you always went to, or was it just like you just whatever you
No,
felt like?
actually, I like the different challenges. I like going to different schools and trying the different challenges. I wasn't just going to Bama or like Tennessee or something or playing in the SEC. I like different schools.
I would say I was an OSU guy, but it was fun to make a guy and go to
LSU,
like a
okay.
smaller school
Yeah.
OSU, Ohio State. And I would always go to them, but sometimes I would get bored and then I would go and make a guy and I would go to like a 1-star, 2-star team and try and build them up.
Like Air Force. You'd go to like Air Force or
Yep,
something.
exactly like Air Force. Yeah, yep. And so you said you transitioned to shooters. What were you most recently playing? Because I know you have a Twitch channel. You streamed a little bit. I think back in COVID. What were you playing more recently?
In the Twitch, I was playing Call of Duty. I was streaming some Call of Duty, some competitive Call of Duty stuff I was doing, and then most recently I was playing Apex. I was playing Apex for like months. I love Apex. I love that. I know some of my teammates I think are on it right now. I think Mustakis was playing it, and Hoffman was playing it a little bit. But yeah, I love Apex.
Did you ever dabble into Fortnite? Because I know you
Oh
enjoy
yeah,
battle royales.
I do love Fortnite. I do love battle royale. So I love Fortnite. I love playing that with my buddies.
And I know you haven't played in a while, but you were telling me that you kind of backed away a little bit because of the building getting kind of insane. And
Yeah, but now you
they
said
have a
no
no
build mode.
Yeah.
So I may have to kill some hours now. I may have to get back on that train.
I apologize for letting you know about that.
My wife's gonna not like that.
Yeah, she's not gonna like me too much after she finds out about that. Yeah.
I know.
So if you ever get back into the video games, do you see yourself playing sports games, or do you see yourself still staying shooters? Because I know we have, like I said, the NCAA football coming out, or
I
are you just
probably
more of
will
a shooter
play.
guy now?
I probably will play NCAA football when it comes out, but I'm definitely that's probably the extent I'll go to because I'm more of a shooter. I'm just shooter
Did
all
you
the way.
ever play the show growing up, or were you like only like
Yeah, no,
getting
I
into it?
do. I like the show. I used to play with my best buddy Kyle Serrano. Me and him used to just have like do series of 7 and just go like back and forth, back and forth.
And then so also I saw, and this is the last question I'll ask on this. You're a Call of Duty guy. I did see on your Instagram, I think it was with your brother, you were at I think the launch weekend or something like that for Call of Duty
Oh
one
no,
year,
not
a
with
few
my
years
brother.
ago.
Yeah, not
Or
with my
who?
brother. This is a good childhood buddy of mine. Yeah, we went to the Call of Duty open event in Minnesota. We were meeting Gary Gary Vaynerchuk, who he does he's a partner in with the Minnesota Rockers. So he had us up there, and it was a blast.
And what game was that for? What do you remember
That
which game that
was
was for?
Cold War, I believe.
Cold War.
That was
I think
Cold
that
War.
I
Call of
stopped
Duty
playing before that
Cold.
one.
Yeah. You stopped playing before that. I think that was Vanguard was last year. Was the year before that. So it was Cold War. Yeah, I believe it was Cold War.
I
Or it
gotcha.
could have been
And
Modern
then
War.
also,
Or it could have been Modern Warfare. I don't know. Who knows?
what's the Call of Duty this year? I don't.
Modern Warfare.
I think it's Modern
I
Warfare 2,
don't.
isn't it? Or it's like a.
Modern Warfare 2. Yeah,
I don't know.
Warfare 2. Yeah, I don't know.
And so moving on, we're gonna go actually pop up this picture of you in a Halloween costume. I think playing baseball. I think you were
Let
dressed
me
up
see.
as Luigi. And
Oh
so,
yeah.
I would say, do you normally dress up? Because not only did you dress up for that, I mean, I've seen some other pictures on Instagram of you dressing up. Is this something you still do, or was that just because of college and baseball and stuff like that?
Yeah, no, that was just something we had to do in college. I got that thing at Party City for like $7. Luigi costume. No, but now with Nikki and with our family, we know we're gonna be doing it we're gonna be celebrating it pretty hard every Halloween now. So we have some ideas for costumes this year, but we haven't made a pick yet. So it's still in the works. So I'm gonna be doing it full force. So
And what made you choose Luigi for that baseball Halloween contest? Or
I
were
don't
you a
even
Luigi
know,
guy
man.
growing up?
No, I don't even know. I always was like a Mario fan though. I was always a Mario fan. So, um,
Did someone else take Mario and you had to go Luigi then,
I don't know. I don't
or
think
did you
anyone else
just?
took Mario. I think I was just Luigi. I think I was Luigi, and that was that.
I'll say, well, I've dressed up a few times, especially in college. My name is actually Jake, and so as you probably can guess, I get the Jake from State
Yeah.
Farm thing
Oh
all
yeah,
the
Jay from
time.
State
And
Farm
so
for
I
sure.
did
Yeah.
that, I must say, and I did some Maverick for Top Gun and stuff like that the following year.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
know what I'm
for
gonna do
sure.
this
Yeah.
year.
We had we had some teammates. We had a teammate do Maverick one from Top Gun.
I saw, I think
Uh,
it was another
yeah.
post. He dressed up as Maverick in a suit, and I don't know what you were in. You were in like a green suit or something like that. I have no clue what that was. It was a Halloween
Oh
party. He had a
that was like that was like a onesie. I don't even know what the hell I was doing here. I was supposed to. I didn't even want to partake in the festivities, so I think I just bought a onesie and counted it as a Halloween costume.
Yeah, I
And
was looking
I
at that.
just
I
like
was like, I have no
yeah.
clue what that was.
Yeah, that's not nothing. That's not a costume. That's how you I wasn't into it back then. That's why I just was like I was Luigi randomly and then we had a Halloween party and I just wore a onesie and was like, yeah, this is my costume. And then I think I went home.
I got you. I got you. Last thing I'm going to talk about before we get into the Q&A. There's one more thing I saw on your Instagram, and it was that you had a bunch of Nike shoes and everything. Did you sign with Nike, or are you just a
Yeah,
Nike guy? I was
yeah,
genuinely curious.
I was with Nike. Yeah, I was with Nike. I'd signed with them right after the draft. It was like a 5 year deal or something, 4 or 5 year deal. Yeah.
And I'm guessing they loaded you up. I saw those shoes and stuff. Like, I
Yeah,
mean,
oh yeah. It's I also bought a lot of those off one of my teammates. He had like this rare collection, and I was like showing him off a couple of those pairs on Instagram. Um, and it was kind of like I don't even wear those shoes a lot, so they're just kind of collecting dust in my closet.
so I'm guessing you're not a shoe guy at all. Like, you could probably care less. Some people I know have
You know,
super expensive shoes they collect and stuff like that, but
not really. I mean, I like shoes, but it's not like I collect them. If I see a pair, I like, I'll buy them. But nothing. I like go out of my way and like sit and like get like super early. That's not me.
I'm not a huge shoe guy either. I have some pairs. The one pair that I really do like is I think it was the Harden Volume 3s, but it
Mm.
was an Iron Man edition shoe, and they only made so
Ooh,
many. And I
okay.
would say I found them a few years after they came out, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna get a pair. And I went to StockX, and I was able to get a
Yeah.
pair, and I literally had never even worn them anything like that. They were still in the box. I'm just a huge Iron Man guy, so
Yeah. Right.
kind of I
Right.
guess a
Yeah.
nerd in that aspect.
Yeah.
All right, and so we're gonna go ahead and move on to the Q&A while we have a few
All right.
minutes before we head out. And
All right.
so the first question we got is from 36 into 6, and they are asking, "What is your pregame meal
Ooh, pregame meal.
or go to?" I guess.
A lot of the times it was it's just like a smoothie. It's just like a big smoothie. Um, some of the times it's like I was doing 2 hamburgers with no patties, so I was just doing just I'm kind of a weird eater. I like getting like these like really strict health kicks, so like I don't I like be like super strict healthy and then but I think I've gone in phases this year. Like early on in the year, I would eat a lot before the game, and like towards the end of the year, I haven't been eating really much before the game at all. But I would say smoothie.
So what do you put in that smoothie? Is it like is it a protein smoothie, or is it just a
Yeah,
bunch of fruit
it's
and
like
some milk?
a bunch of fruit. It's got some protein in it, so I would say like a protein fruit smoothie.
And then, like, is there a certain flavor you like in terms of the type of fruits you put in
Mm,
there, or is it just you like to mix it
Honestly,
up?
honestly, our dietitian makes it so whatever is in that. We've actually we've worked together since the minor leagues. We've been together since the minor leagues, and she's the head dietitian for the Reds and the Bengals. So whatever she makes, I drink it.
I got you. All right. So next question is from Chowder, and they're asking, What is your favorite opposing team's stadium?
Ooh, favorite opposing team stadium. Hmm. I I really love playing in Boston. Um, I love playing. I love the Brewers Stadium.
You got that
Honestly,
slide now field.
every stadium in our division, you can't really go wrong with. Chicago's awesome. Pittsburgh is a beautiful place to play. St. Louis, unbelievable atmosphere. I love playing in Anaheim Stadium in 2019 when we played there. Um, I love playing in Atlanta. They're all so nice. They're all so nice.
And Goat Gaming asks, how did you get into baseball? You kind of already talked about this. So, I mean, if you had anything else.
How did I get into it? I was just, I was young, and I just remember, my dad putting a bat in my hands when I was real young, and that's just a sport like I just loved playing. He always tossed. I remember when we did live in California, like right after we moved from Atlanta, we moved to California for a year. My sister was born there. I remember my dad, we lived on a golf course, and he would take me down after the day was done, take me down to the golf course and throw me the wiffle balls. And I had that big bat with the big barrel. And,
Mm-hmm.
I was hitting, he would throw to me, and I was hitting when I was like literally like 4 years, like 2, 3, 4 years old. And, ever since that moment, I remember I loved it.
And just to go back, I think you said you would be a pro golfer if you weren't doing baseball or in the military. Do you
Yeah.
golf a lot, or is it just more of it just for
It's
fun?
something
Is it
I
something you enjoy
picked
doing?
up. I think it's something I picked up last off season with my father-in-law. He golfs. He golfs quite a bit, and he got me into it, and I freaking love it. I freaking love it now. So like any chance I get to play, I try to play.
Does it affect your swing at all? Because I wasn't allowed to play golf
No.
growing up because of baseball, but then once I stopped playing baseball, I love golfing.
Yeah, no, I don't think it does. No, I don't think it does at
Okay.
all.
Aderico Agonia, I don't know how to pronounce that last name, asks, what is it like playing for the Cincinnati Reds?
It's the only team I know. I mean, I got drafted by Cincinnati in 2016 and made my debut in 19. And, this year's, 2022. Next year will be my fifth year. And, I love being here, and the relationships I've made and the teammates, uh, the friendships I've made. And I love the fan base. I love the city. Me and my family love it here. And, next year we're going to be a lot better than people think. And I'm excited to bring back some winning times here. So I mean, I love it here.
You mentioned enjoying being in Cincinnati. Is there anything you guys have found you like to do in the city or anything like that?
Yeah, we're big foodies, so we love going to eat. Precinct. You go to some really good restaurants downtown. We love going to Alt Park. Kings Island's close. We love the kind of community we're in. Hyde Park. We love that community, and just and then just going to the ball field every day. We love doing that. We love the city.
It's nice having a guy that plays baseball in the city that I'm from. So everything you talk about, I know
Yeah,
about. It's
right.
kind of cool. Have you
Yeah,
been
right.
have
And
you
well,
been to
and it's
Carlo and
close to
Johnny?
Knoxville. No, I
Oh,
haven't.
true.
Where's
It's
that
only a
at?
few hours.
Yeah.
It's somewhere. It's a little bit north of Cincinnati. I don't know exact place. I think it's near. I think it's near Kenwood in that area. But it's a pretty nice
Okay.
place. They have a I think they have like a burro like burro plate or something that's
Oh,
like burro steak or something like
that's
that.
pretty
They have
cool.
a Anthony Munoz. They have a Chris Collinsworth stuff. All like Cincinnati
Oh,
guys.
that's pretty
They have
cool.
some
Oh,
some
that's pretty
plates.
cool.
It's a very nice
Yeah,
place. You should check it out
we
sometime
gotta
if you
check
get
it
a
out. Yeah,
chance.
we will check it out.
Josias asks, who do you think is going to win the MVP in the AL and NL leagues?
AL, think Judge will win it. I think in the NL, I think Goldschmidt will win it.
And so I know some people just like to say Otani, and I'm with you on the whole Judge thing. I
Yeah,
get it, and
I
you
just
talked about how he could win it pretty much every year. I mean, but
yeah,
I
he
think
can.
Judge
He's
hasn't.
just that talented. It's just like he's just so good. Like he'll win it next year probably.
I would say, and like I said, he's comparison kind of to like LeBron James. LeBron could win it every
Yeah,
year, but I mean,
exactly.
2018 Fireballs asked, "What do you believe is the one key component in a team that wins the World Series?"
Key component would be pitching. I think pitching. I think there's a lot. Honestly, you have to play good. You have to have a really good defensive team to win the World Series, to be a World Series champion. You have to have a lot of pitching depth, and you have to have a good defense.
I 100% agree with that as well. Cody asked, "You've been able to play along with one of the best players of our time, Joey Votto. What's been the best piece of advice he's given you?"
Joey's a good friend of mine. I mean, he's given me a lot of great piece of advice. I mean, it's honestly, it's just the day to day, just being around him every day, just seeing the work ethic, the his routine, the way he goes about his business. I mean, you doesn't even have to say anything. You just have to watch, and and you just learn by watching. He's incredible. Been incredible player, literally for the last 10 years. So had an unbelievable career. We get him for one more year, and who knows, maybe beyond. But at least we get him for one more, and it's just it brings that quiet leadership to our club, and it's just been so good for so long.
I mean, he seems like a great guy too, especially in his interviews. He seems funny and stuff like that as
Yeah,
well. I
yeah,
mean,
and
all
and
around,
this
he
year
just seems like
he's starting to open up a little bit more. He's started to open up a little bit more, and interact with the fans, and so all that stuff. So it's kind of you kind of get to see his personality a little bit more.
I'm at QB Reboot asked, "What sushi do you like?" So I'm guessing they're asking what's your favorite type of sushi.
I love me and my wife, we love this place called E&O here. They have this roll called Dragon's Breath. It's an unbelievable roll, but I'm pretty simple. I like a California roll, but I do like going like some crunchiness to the sushi roll. I like some crunchiness, so any like shrimp tempura or something like that on a roll.
Yeah, I'm California was my favorite. Do you dip in
Yeah.
anything, or do you just eat
Oh
it
yeah,
strictly plain?
spicy mayo eel sauce. Boom.
Sounds so good.
Yeah, I know.
2018 Fireballs
Well,
asked, "Who was your favorite baseball player growing up?"
favorite baseball player growing up, Ichiro Suzuki. And that's
Okay.
because I played for the
And
Seattle Mariners. That was my first baseball team I really remember that was good. Well, my first team was the Chicago Cubs, then it was the Mariners, I think. And I don't know, I loved how Ichiro hit. Like he was so fast and he ran out of the box while he hit, and I love that.
let's say not a big power guy, but his average, he
Yeah, not a
always was
big
on
power guy,
base
but I
too. I
heard that
mean,
when he tried to hit home runs in BP that he would launch him.
I believe it. I believe it.
No, I mean, he was another guy that was incredible. One of the better hitters of our generation as well.
I think my by far favorite player of all time has to be Ken Griffey Jr.
Yeah,
And he
that's
was
special.
obviously,
Special.
I'm gonna say his prime was in the 90s. And so, do you have any do you have any favorite players from the 90s generation at all? Because Ichiro, I guess, was obviously past that.
I mean, any of the great, anyone of the great eight, anyone in the Reds. I mean, geez, I mean, so many. Barry, you got Barry Larkin, Eric Davis, you got all those guys. You got Pete Rose, unbelievable. Tony Gwynn. I like the pastime. I love the pastime. I think
Was
there's
there any pitchers or anything?
so many talented players. I mean, Nolan Ryan, Tom Seaver. I mean, you got so many great arms. Who am I thinking of? I'm drawing a blank. Not Daryl Strawberry, but the pitcher too, Doc Gooden. Doc Gooden. I mean,
Hmm.
it's just there's a ton.
Let's see. Let's see. Dark Wolf asks, "What was the toughest starting pitcher you have faced in the MLB?" And past guys haven't really answered this question, so if you don't answer it, it's totally fine. I get it.
Past guys haven't?
They said, I guess they don't want to give away their secrets or something like that.
Really?
I don't know, but yeah. We had
I'll
Nick
give you mine.
Solak on last week from the Rangers.
Well, I'll give.
And he said
I'll
he
give
didn't
you
want to give that
mine.
away.
I'll give you mine because he's almost done anyways. Is Justin Verlander? I'd say
Okay.
Verlander. I faced him at 19. It's just special.
I hate playing against him in the show, so I guess.
Yeah, I know, dude.
For me.
I know. Look what he's doing this year.
I know, just dominant. He's just timeless
No.
at this point. Let's see. AK's Gaming asks, which city has the best food?
New York. No doubt about it. Yeah, Yankee Stadium. Yankee Stadium has the best food. New York has unreal food.
Is it the pizza? I'm guessing the New York City.
Everything. I think it's everything. Unreal.
All right, and this will be the last one today. Kate Moo asks, what was your experience at the Field of Dreams game?
You know what? I wish it was better, but I loved it. But we were literally it was our last game of a 10-day road trip. So we were on the road for 10 games, and it was I was exhausted. I wish I was not with all the travel, but I mean, just what they did though, I think the history behind it with the movie and just like how they put it together and the event, the atmosphere, it was incredible. It was incredible. And I was just so happy to be a part of something like that because that's history right there. That's a game that I can tell my son about, show him pictures, and just that's something special, for me and my family, and just to be a part of that. And it was amazing.
In that first ever game last year between the Yankees and White Sox, that's hard to top.
Yeah, it was incredible.
I mean,
I know.
I know.
Like, how are you going to top that? I know. How are you going to top that? That's the thing. How are you going to top that?
All right, and that's going to pretty much do it for this, guys. We're about out of time. I appreciate you coming on with us, Nick. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you on today. And is there anything you have to say to our fans, your fans, before we head out today?
Well, no, I appreciate you having me on, Jay. I appreciate Cincinnati faithful, and I know winning's going to come soon. It's going to come sooner than you guys think, and we're going to finish this year off strong and come on next year and show what we're made of. So I appreciate everyone that supported me and us, and just keep on supporting, and it's going to come soon.
Well, lots of great talent. You got Green, Lodolo, Friedel's been playing nice. You got India, former Rookie of the Year last year. Yourself, I mean, just to name a few of the guys. So lots of young talent.
Yeah, 100%. I appreciate everything. Thank you. Thanks for having me on.
I appreciate it. You guys have a great rest of your night. Thanks for everyone that watched tonight. If you guys have not already liked and subscribed, we would highly appreciate that. And that's going to do it for this one today.
All right. Thanks.
keep saying